Well, looks like we've got a very amusing situation here, once again regarding English voice actors. And it all begins with this tweet on July 21st from VA Kimberly Tierney. She says, "Hi there, you found me out. I'm the English VA for Yuzuha in Zenless Zone Zero. Nobody knew because I'm super stealth. Thank you, mihoyo." And some hashtags there, some other information about her and whatnot. However, here's where things began to get crazy. This response saying, "Congrats, your performance as Yuzuha is so amazing and such a joy to listen to." The VA Kimberly Tierney responding saying, "Of course, Yuzuha is our most precious angel," and including this gif of the character Yuzuha right there, with the background apparently being the lesbian flag, which I always forget what that one looks like. There's so many flags, I always forget what they look like, man. Technically, I'm Ace, and I don't even remember what that one is. I think it's like gray and purple. But yeah, this would cause a whole heated discussion in the responses, with many people pointing out the lesbian flag thing and saying that the VA intentionally did this to push her own headcanon. And there's a lot of responses. I mean, instead of me just like vaguely referring to them, I tell you what, we'll go right to the responses and you can see for yourself what people are saying. Here's an example of the duality with the tweet at the top saying Fourth Reich and Chud Taurus in the comments. Yuzaha says LGBT rights and human rights. Right below that though, I'm sure you did a great job, but posts like these are why I play in JP. And just voice the Chinese cartoon character in the booth, bro. You should be replaced by AI for this. Get TF out. Vile. Disgusting even. Why is it so absurdly difficult for y'all not to do stuff like this? She is not a lesbian. And yeah, it is important context that canonically this character is not a lesbian, so this would be a headcanon that people would have if they are claiming that she is. And in my opinion, there's nothing wrong with someone having a headcanon. Where things do become an issue is when someone has a headcanon and then they try to present that headcanon as if it's objective fact, as if it's canonical fact. And oftentimes the people who do that then also get very defensive and upset, very, very upset when people disagree with them. And then they default to playing the victim in response, which of course is extremely pathetic behavior. Now as for this VA, to be fair, she didn't say anything about the character being a lesbian and only posted that gif. And who knows for sure if she even knows what the flag looks like and or if she intentionally posted that gif with a lesbian flag in the background. However, a lot of people seem to be assuming that she did purposely post that gif to intentionally make the implication that Yuzuha is a lesbian. And considering how many English VAs in the past have been caught trying to push LGBT headcanon as fact, it's understandable why so many people think that's also what's happening here as well. For example, Paimon's ex-VA claims to be non-binary, or at least did the last time I checked, and used to also say that Paimon was canonically non-binary. This, of course, was a lie, and when people would call it out, that VA would oftentimes go harass those people and get like extremely mad and defensive about it all. Other English VAs have directly defended the sort of people who push LGBT headcanon as fact and attack others over it. And again, important context. I'm not referring to people who simply have a headcanon, go have fun with that. I got no problem with that. I'm talking about the people who claim their headcanon is fact and attack others over it. Those are the sort of people that multiple English VAs have openly defended on their own social media pages in the past. And so as mentioned, this is all very important context for why so many people are responding the way that they are in this particular situation with VA Kimberly Tierney and her Yuzuha tweet. Speaking of which, let's now go back to the responses, take a look at some more of these, and then we'll take a look at the brief response the VA issued to all this stuff. So, as mentioned, more of the responses include another reason that the English cast is hated and not used. Awful acting by most of y'all, and you're annoying. What an embarrassment. Can't wait for AI to replace y'all. Thankfully, I never play with the cringe English VAs. And hello, mihoyo. You may be interested to learn that this voice actor is openly declaring her opposition to your values and Chinese law. Other people defending the VA and actually getting upset that I got tagged here and that Rev also got mentioned. So shouts out to Rev. By the way, it's Rev's birthday, so happy birthday, Rev. Hopefully bro is having a great one. I'm sure he is. But check this out. At Hirohei, this thread is blowing up. Lots of interesting things being said. And this one's saying, yep, Hirohei and Rev need to see this at Hirohei. So thank you guys for the tags. And this is a tweet we're taking a look at now where someone posted an image of me getting tagged and Rev getting mentioned for them to all really whine about and complain about and give us, to be quite frank, some great content. So let's take a look. For example, we've got this one that says, I was hoping Hirohei had died in some tragic way or another by now. Hey, great news for you, bro. You're welcome to have your own headcanon. Seems like you're already thinking about me a lot, so have fun with your headcanon. There you go. Augustin's like, what did he do to have you wishing death upon him? Someone else is like, he's a grifting geek, plain and simple. Spoiler alert, they use the chud word next. You know, all these buzzwords they like, chud, grifter, throw Nazi in there here and there too. Yeah, a bunch of words that are completely meaningless these days. So Augustin then calls that person out for being so weak-minded, but then the person says that they don't actually care if I live or die, even though they're basically making the implication a second ago that they do care, that they want me dead. So that's a funny quick backtrack. Like, I really don't care. You're welcome to wish that you want me dead or whatever. It doesn't change reality. I just personally find him annoying and thinks he should keep his mouth shut in some conversations and topics. No, I'm going to talk about what I want to, but you can keep crying on Twitter, like I said. You know, have fun with that. Look at this one. This one's hilarious. Genuine question. Who's Hirohei? Worse than Hitler. Yeah, dude. Literally worse than Hitler. Right. And here's another one. Similar to the last one. This one's like, they calling in the Nazis. So guys, by the way, quick side note, I'm thinking of a new cosplay to work on. You know that character Schrodinger from Hellsing? I think that might be a fun one. Maybe I should do that one. Let me know what you think in the comments. And some other people would start tagging me too, but I'm not really too sure what's going on here. So yeah, this is the state of my life right now. It's either people wishing me dead, calling me a Nazi, or making tweets like this. But enough about myself and the people mad at Rev and I wanted to show you this tweet because we read this comment a few minutes ago. The one that, once again, read, another reason that the English cast is hated and not used. Awful acting by most of y'all and you're annoying. And this guy got a response that, let me just read this for you. Tell me you're a bigot without saying it, and you're a VTuber? Oh boy, I got some bad news for you. Get ready to get put on blast by streamers I know personally that have way further reach than you. Posted as promised, and my post on Reddit already has nearly 1,000 views in 3 minutes. You're cooked, bro. Go fix your heart. No, uni makes no empty promises. Oh my gosh. This has to be satire. This might be the funniest thing I've read all day, and I already read a bunch of funny posts, but like, bro, this one is some comedy gold. If this person is being satirical, man, this person's like a comedic genius. Like, give this person all the gold stars or whatever, you know, give them all the primos, give them all the wishes or whatever they have in Zenless Zone Zero. As you guys know, I only play Genshin for Hoyo games, but yeah, whatever Zenless currency is, if this is a joke, you nailed it, and you deserve like at least 10 free wishes in Zenless. Holy smokes, guys, I just realized I'm messing up really bad. Like, there's been so much random stuff to take a look at on the side here. I actually forgot to show you the response from the VA. To be fair to me, the response is really short, but yeah, I will admit I probably should have shown this like way earlier in the video. Oh, it's too late now. Let's take a look. So once again, this is what like caused all this. She said, of course, Yuzaha is our most precious angel, posting this gif, and then all this craziness ensues, and that takes us to this tweet where Kimberly said, if I posted something to do with that, it was purely accidental, but discrimination against minorities is not okay. Full context. Person said, Yuzaha is not a lesbian. Nothing in the lore points her sexuality. Stop pushing your sexual preferences into a character you voice, please. It's highly unprofessional. If you do that as a fan, nothing is wrong with that, but you're the official VA of the character. She said, I don't have any opinion about this. I'm not sure what you mean. And then they said, you literally posted a Yuzaha gif in front of a lesbian flag and it's still there. To which, once again, she said, if I posted something to do with that, it was purely accidental, but discrimination against minorities is not okay. So this makes it sound like she did not intend to post the gif with lesbian flag, or like she didn't know what the flag looked like and or didn't register what it meant and or meant nothing by it. However you want to interpret that, there you go. That's her response. Let's take a look at the public reception to this response. Unfortunately, the comments have been locked, so we're not going to be able to take a look at those, but we can always hop over to the quotes, in which there are plenty to take a look at, so let's take a look. You mean to tell me that this woman got harassed for posting a flag that she thought looked pretty? Classic white woman pulling the minorities card. You can't make this stuff up at this point, bro. As a minority, go screw yourself. She's doubling down and shielding herself with minorities.exe. We're talking about you and your misconduct here. It's time to backtrack just a little further and apologize for it. A little more duality here. We can see on the top, all y'all harassing this woman over a friggin' mistake. Y'all are freaks and other sane minorities. We don't care. We'll take a look at a few more of these really quick. The funny thing is that she didn't do it on purpose. She didn't know the flag. Lol, her employers knocked. Good. Do your job and keep your politics out of it. And, well, oops, indeed. So yeah, as you can see, there are a lot of different interpretations people have of this whole tweet. And my gosh, the situation is pretty amusing. All I can do is really laugh at all this, man. This is the internet. Like, this is certainly a Twitter moment and an internet moment. And it's also our entertainment now. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think in the comments. Thank you for tuning in. If you enjoyed this, please consider liking and subscribing. Appreciate ya. Have a great day. And I'll see you in the next one.